No.
All right, I think we're good.
Are we live?
I do believe we are.
Marvelous. Marvelous. Oh, I'm barely awake. I'm barely awake. Hello, is anyone there? Testing,
No
testing.
one
Is
is
anyone there?
here.
Friday night, Saturday morning, sent me something. Oh, they mentioned me in this story.
Well, you are
Who's
very
that?
famous. What is it? That was an impressive wheeze.
Oh yeah, I can wheeze with the best of them. Muttley's got nothing on me.
All right, let's see. All
Are
right.
we live on Instagram yet?
I
Because
cannot
quite frankly, I have
see.
an audience who need to speak to me on Instagram. Is anyone actually watching us yet? No, they're not.
Is it not live on Instagram?
No. We're live somewhere, but no one's watching us yet. I
Okay.
want. I don't want to waste all my best material without an audience.
Right. No, I totally get you.
You know. Are we live on Instagram yet? I don't know. What's does
All right, we are now.
Marvel Horse.
I got it.
Apparently, you need to keep it Marvel Horse. We can't be in the club. Right. While we're waiting for that, actually, no. It's live on yours, not on the Happy Play, not on the Friday night, Saturday morning one. Which one did you plan to go live on the Friday night, Saturday morning account?
I probably should have.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's probably a bit late now.
Yeah, it might be a little late now. We will remedy that next
All right, fair
go.
enough. Let me click on it on Instagram so I can actually watch myself.
Peter, hello.
Nathan's there.
Nathan, hey.
Nathan. Oh, they're all on Instagram this morning. Oh, hang on. No, Pete's on both. Oh, now that's confusing me. Pete's on Instagram and on YouTube. So if I say something on YouTube, it'll repeat on Instagram a few moments later because there's a slight delay.
It's okay.
So if I say something on YouTube, it'll repeat on Instagram a few moments later because there's a slight delay.
You're rested. What time did you
repeat? He'll be like, "What's going on?" Oh dear. What were you about to say?
It's gone.
I believe you said something in the blurb for today's show.
I know.
That I was going to be feral. So I've spent days getting into character, like Tasmanian Devil.
Well, how timely. Although sadly, neither one of us has a box of Looney Tunes.
I'm bereft.
Which is a shame, because that looks like a really fun set.
In fact, I haven't had any packages arrive from Carlsbad for a few weeks, so I'm not sure. I might be on their naughty list.
I think they're probably just on vacation and probably a little bit busy.
They're probably a little bit busy. No, that's to be fair. Anyway, did you have a nice what do you say? Christmas holidays? I don't know. It's also different for Americans. You say happy holidays because you don't want anyone to offend you and say, "I'm Jewish, pal," smack, or Sue, or something like that.
Well,
so
it's not.
Did you have a good Christmas? I'm going to stay British.
Oh wait, no. Now I'm going to be a defensive American. It's not just for that reason. It's we're inclusive. Really we're being inclusive when we do that. Light one, hello, Fog City, welcome. Oh, Nathan's got 2 boxes of Looney Tunes. I did have a nice Christmas. Thank you.
Good.
And how was yours?
Oh, it's still happening. But yes, because we have I've got 12 days off work.
That's why I suspected perhaps you would be feral.
Yeah. No, I am. And my daughter, bless her, has come down with a cold over Christmas, so she's been rather poorly. But no, all good. I have you heard the expression "you go back to work for a rest"?
Oh, okay.
I'm not quite there yet, but I'm getting close. Carlos had a happy Wednesday.
Wow, we've got a Sanderson to Orr. That's exciting. That is our friend Eric, who is in Boston. So it's wee hours for him. Yes.
Wow.
He talks just like that too.
No, I'm well, you know, my affinity with New England. I love that side of the country. So.
Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting.
Anyway, so I can't remember what the question was now, but yes, I am on my way to being rested and hoping that I don't come down with my daughter's cold, because that would really suck.
Yeah, I know. There's stuff going around here right now.
So yeah. Anyway, Nathan, I feel like I haven't seen you for the longest time. True Blue Collectibles. Is that because you're on the road, or because you've been keeping your head down, or I'm off your Christmas card list? I don't know. Anyway, it's nice to see you. It's nice to see you. Even though I can't see, you know what I mean. So what were we going to talk about this week, Amanda? Well, we've got lots to talk about. You were the last time I spoke to you, you were you were away.
I was mentally and physically.
And you looked a bit what's the expression? Slightly frayed around the edges.
Yeah, exhausted. Yeah.
Was it a good trip though?
It was a great trip. Ultimately it was a lot of fun. It was one of those trips where like you kind of go and you think like, okay, I'm going to do a show from here. I'm going to do all this kind of stuff. I'm going to go live. And then you realize like, okay, I can do that better. Like next time I'll do A, B, and C instead. So it was good. But it was good. It was great to see both the Keiths were there. Billy was there, Peter was there, Izzy was there. So it was fun to have dinner with all those guys and hang out and talk cards.
Yes, people were talking about you, even though you're in the room. It's okay.
I'm like, wait, what?
No, it made me laugh. The fact you were talking about Pete and he's watching, of course, it just made me laugh. It's like talking about someone when they're in the room. You know, I'm right here. Anyway, carry on. So I've really thrown you now, haven't I?
No, it's okay. But Keith's shop was amazing. I mean, I've been there before, but like spending more time there, it's humongous. So it'd be cool if more people were able to get out there for this kind of, I think he's probably going to do this kind of thing again. So that was a lot of fun.
All right. Well.
And then today.
Wait for me invite.
Today we feel free to invite yourself.
Oh no, I've just managed to book my plane ticket. Finally.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I'm going via JFK. I'm going via New York on the way.
Okay.
It's a bit of a bore, but I got a decent deal on that. And with my points, I was able to go up to premium economy.
Oh, nice.
So, on Virgin Atlantic. So yes, that makes a significant difference. So I don't mind going through New York and having a 3-hour layover. Because of that. But yes. But yeah, they ain't cheap flights these days.
No, they're not.
They ain't cheap.
But that's going to be super fun. And I was just on Carlos's show before this. And this Carlos, for anyone who is looking for another hobby show to watch, because I'm Carlos.
I've got it queued up. I haven't managed to do any yet. I just
they do focus on hockey. I think that the idea, Carlos, is hockey, but then they wander like we do. So it's very entertaining.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. So it ends up, they talk about they talk about like hobby related stuff, like whatever's going on with like Beckett or, hobby drama. So it's good.
Drama.
So he does his job. Oh, go ahead.
I have to say, Jake McManus is wide awake. And that's
no one wants that.
That's that. No. It's 6:41 in the morning here. So that's impressive. Not quite as impressive as our man in Boston, but still impressive.
Yeah, Eric's probably already out.
Last pack magic. Graydon. It occurs to me that Graydon might not be his real name. But anyway, he's on Instagram watching us.
Okay, wait. If Graydon is his real name, is that why he collects Sabretooth? Or
I don't know, but Graydon Creed, and I've been on an episode of his show, and I was calling him Graydon, and only about 2 weeks afterwards did it occur to me that's an X-Men name character. So I'm like, I kind of feel like I've been bamboozled a little bit. I mean, maybe his real name's like Steve or something like that. I almost said Keith, but we can't have any more of them in the
There's no more Keiths.
There's no more Keiths.
No more room.
We've used up all the... So yeah, but anyway, he's apparently watching us on Instagram. I mean, he might have buggered off by now, but he was watching us on Instagram. So I'll keep an eye, because that's a few moments delayed. Anyway, Jake, I got a Spider-Man for Christmas, a Lego Spider-Man, but not not a minifig, but like a big, like where you build the whole character kind of vibe. Like the kit is actually Spider-Man. I'm not explaining this very well. Anyway, if I'd just gotten a minifig, that would have been a bit sad. But anyway, yeah, I got a big Spider-Man.
We would have all been excited for your minifig. It would have been okay.
Now there's a quote you can put on a t-shirt.
Yeah. Sometimes it's like as soon as you say something and you think, "Oh, I hope Ian wasn't paying attention."
Oh yeah. No. So yes, Keith. Did Billy wake up in the end?
He did.
Because Billy was passed out on the floor.
Yes, he was.
Peaked, and then some.
Yeah. He survived. He came around.
Good. All right.
Yeah. But that was like, I think it was a 6-hour show, I think.
Oh, was it? Oh no.
Yeah. And he was like screaming for most of it. I was tired from I went live separately for 3 hours of it doing card review of the hits, and I was very tired just from that. So to be screaming for 6 hours, although I kind of feel like that's his mutant power. And
yeah, bless him.
Yeah, I mean, anyone who was around. Oh, hey, John. Oh, here's one of the other Keiths. I say other Keiths because I'm also a Keith.
I'm so confused right now.
But anyone who is familiar with Watch Me Open from back in the day knows that that's his wheelhouse. So
he operates on a different level to most.
Yeah, he loved every minute of it.
Yeah, good. Well, he seems infused by it, which is good. As another group chat on my messenger would attest to. Bless him. How many group chats do you have on your messenger?
Oh my God, I forgot.
That's what I was referring to. I thought you were looking a bit blank.
Yeah.
Oh, Nathan's jumped over to YouTube.
Oh, that's so much easier.
Well, stab me with a spab syringe. Welcome to YouTube.
Oh,
Nathan.
All right. So the Mental Con guys are going to come out and roast me now for being tired after 3 hours when they're like...
right. There we go. 6 hours. Right.
Hours.
Okay. It took me a moment. Pete saying you're coming to FriendCon. It's dear, and also next year I won't have any spare vacation days because I'm using them all up coming to the National. Have I mentioned I'm coming to the National? Do I mention that enough?
No, we need to mention
I sure shit don't mention it enough on the Marvel Card Collectors
podcast. We have
to
mention it every show, and that reminds me. So I was just talking to Carlos.
Oh, yes.
So Carlos does not go to the National. Carlos is in Canada. He's Canadian.
Okay, well, I'm sorry, but we'll forgive.
No, we love Canadian Special.
I know, I'm kidding.
So he's not coming, but he runs a not at the national show. So I'm thinking that this could be where the two shows meet. We could hop into his show from the National for a little bit, crash it.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And give him an update from the actual show for his non-national show.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that. So we can be his correspondent at the Nash.
Exactly.
I'm going to start calling it the Nash. Does anyone else call it the Nash, or is it just me? It's probably not original. It's probably
what do you call it?
The Nash.
Oh, I think that's fine.
Because when I used to work at the National Theatre, that's what. Oh, the Nash, darling. I was on stage at the Nash. That's what people used to say.
See, now Peter's going to do it.
Good. Peter or Pete?
I'm going to call him Peter because you came undone the first time I did it, so I'm just going to keep doing it.
Game undone. Oh, Mr. Darcy, I'm undone. Oh dear. This coffee's strong. Right. So yes. Anyway, I'm booked. I don't get Chicago till 9 in the evening, so it's going to be a long day flying out. But yes.
Oh, you get there. Okay, so okay, that'll be. I'm excited. We're gonna have a really good time. We're gonna have a great time. We're not gonna spend a whole lot of time at the show.
Okay.
Although I
would
do,
actually like to.
I
Well, no, I mean, not every day, because I think that's there's only so much show you can do.
there is only so much show, but when I was talking to Carlos today, I remembered that you are a football fan. So you may actually do you collect football cards?
Are you talking NFL? Yeah.
NFL, yes. Sorry.
Yes. I mean, I've bailed on that simply because, and you think this year's Marvel is overwhelming. There's so much football product, and I
Yeah.
just couldn't. I was like a three-legged dog in a forest, chasing this, chasing that, and it was just too much. So I bailed on it. But I did keep my Tom Brady cards. I mean, nothing, literally nothing high end at all. It's all kind of base and lower end chase, because there are probably hundreds of thousands of Tom Brady cards. So,
yeah.
But if I see anything cool where he's in Patriots, so it's Tom Brady in Patriots uniform.
Okay.
So if I see anything like that I fancy, I might pick. And I'm sure there'll be hundreds of like cheap slabs where it's slightly low graded I can pick up. So if I come away with a few things like that, be nice. I'm hoping maybe there'll still be some old stock blasters on the shelves at Target, because my hotel is only 1 block away from a Target. And I know it sounds weird to your American people, but I'm so excited. I love Target.
Oh, no, we love Target too.
I know. I mean, I like, literally. I will go to Target and buy myself like underwear and other accessories for like the next 2 to 3 years. I come to America to shop for clothing.
We call it the $100 store, because you go in for like 1 stick of deodorant and you come out with like everything else.
Stick of deodorant? Stick?
Well, I mean, what's your unit of measure? Or
well, it's an aerosol. It's an aerosol. I spray it under my armpits.
Oh, okay. Well, mine's not an aerosol.
Stick?
Mine's a gel.
It's a gel.
Everybody in the chat, what type of deodorant do you use?
if indeed you use deodorant.
Are you a stick or
because
aerosol?
The National, if it's like any other show I've been to, will be short on the deodorant front in some quarters.
It will. Ivan, welcome. Oh,
John Ivan.
Is
he Welsh?
What?
Ivan. Is he Welsh? Who's Ivan?
Ivan is in the Instagram feed, and he is a friend of mine.
I can't see him.
He's my unofficial Whatnot employee, so he calls me boss, which I enjoy.
Okay. Oh, like that, is it?
That's another one of those things where I was like, yeah, I said that.
Eric uses an actual stick. An actual stick.
Oh, poor Eric.
Eric's the
okay.
co-host. I want to pint.
So now this is
what's going on?
What's
going on in the chat? What's going on in the chat? We've started a deodorant fire in the chat right now. Right, you wade in there with a fire extinguisher. I'm just going to mute for a moment because no one needs to hear.
Okay. We've got a Paul C. Wow, this is exciting.
Was Paul A and Paul B not available? I kill myself sometimes.
Wow.
I really do.
Just that you laughed that hard at that.
I'm easily amused, clearly. Yeah, anyway. So Chicago.
Yes. So
I know Upper
anybody,
Deck want to meet up because I was speaking to someone there the other day,
Upper
so
Deck
that'd be
is
cool.
always very generous and kind with their time at the
And
National.
Chris Carlin at Collectors.
Chris is
Definitely
very
want to hook up
nice.
with Chris. And let me think, who else?
I know. I think Grant was there the last time I went.
Yeah, no, it's Grant I was talking to. So Grant's up for a pint or free.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of fun activities. We'll have to do we'll do a meetup for sure. We'll just pick some place and whoever wants to show up can show up.
Yeah.
Because we have to share the Ian, you guys, while we have him.
I'm gonna get on that flight to Toronto, and I'm gonna be a husk. I'm gonna be a shadow of my former self.
I think that's fine. I think that's probably the level at which I would be okay.
Well, no, I don't want to be quite so husky because it's my daughter's 10th birthday the day after I arrive in Toronto, so I kind of need to save a little bit in the tank for that.
So jealous about the Toronto parts.
Yeah, I mean they'll have been there for a couple of days at that point, so I'll only be getting share the ear. That's a new shirt. Yeah, there's.
I don't know. That sounds like an antibiotic could fix that.
Yeah. Let's move on. Right. So, in your blurb for the show, Amanda, I love it. I always find out what we're talking about from the blurb that you write for the show.
Okay, so I write these blurbs, right? I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh shoot, it's like Wednesday. I gotta post about the show. Let me think. Okay, we're gonna talk about this. And then as I'm doing this, I'm thinking, I should probably run this by Ian at some point.
No. I love it. It's like I said, it's like that thing on Whose Line Is It Anyway, where someone gets a prop and they have to run with it. So, so absolutely fine. So I believe you said we were going to talk about our kind of cards of the year, and beyond that, I can't remember. You said something about me being feral.
Yes.
You said Marvel license moving to Fanatics. And what else were you promised, people? Those who read it. What else were you promised?
I almost said we were promised.
We were promised.
Wow, you know what? We didn't promise a whole lot. We just talked about
I didn't promise anything. I'm just
our collecting goals for 2025.
Collecting goals, right? Okay. Oh yes,
the license
I know what
transition.
Pete's talking about. Yeah.
Although people might be burned out on discussing the license transition.
To be honest with you, I think that ground's kind of been covered.
It is, but I mean, like in the sense of like, because the transition happens at the end of the year. Like, how is that impacting
Wednesday?
How does that impact your collecting? Like, what it kind of ties into the goals thing.
Yeah. I love how Pete has added an extra R to what he knows I'm going to be talking about.
Oh, Ridgerick. Oh, you know what though? Did you see up above? He said he was drinking a strong whiskey.
Oh, that's fine.
Did I tell you like my first impression?
This is what he's talking about.
Of meeting Peter?
You didn't. No. Did you tell Pete what your first impressions of meeting Pete were?
I think in a way. So I was sitting in the room and I think I was pre-screening cards or something. And I have my back to the room, like Keith is back here, Izzy's back here. And all of a sudden I'm like, what is that smell? It smells like alcohol. It smells like a holiday party. And I turn around and there's this guy in a sweater. He looks super nice. And I'm like, oh, wow, this guy just rolled up and he's like 3 eggnogs deep.
Wow.
Like, we're going to be fine. This guy might end up being my favorite. So that's now why I call him Eggnog.
Oh, okay. Right. Okay. I'm with you. Oh, hang on. Oh, that's exciting. I just won 5 high gloss from Marvel Studios Series 2 for $20.
Ooh, who?
Ooh. Sorry, I just had an email invoice in. I forgot I'd bid on that.
I only have one. I've got him like right here.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I have Who is this guy? I think he's from She-Hulk. He's from She-Hulk, one of the attorneys. Drew Matthews.
Okay. Yeah.
I love high gloss.
I'd never experienced it before this set. I mean, to be honest with you, as a card kind of design goes, I mean, it's fine, but if it wasn't numbered, I don't know if it'd be as nice necessarily.
Yeah, that's probably
maybe
true.
I need to sit down and have a look at it more. But anyway, the fact that I'm able to pick them up. I mean, admittedly, not for top characters, but the fact that I'm able to pick some up, out of 10.
Yeah.
Some of them for like $1.95 each is.
Whoa, okay.
That's what I'm saying. I just won 5 of them. 4 of them were $1.95. One of them went for 12.
I think partially people have to be so tapped right now.
But also, to be completely fair, if it was a Scarlet Witch one, I would have paid 3 figures. But there are so many smaller characters in this set, and it's absolutely fine for me because 4 of the 5 characters I've just won are from Eternals, and as you know, I'm into that movie. So
yeah, you really are.
So yeah, but yeah. So yeah, I mean, in terms of collecting, it's just I kind of want the merry-go-round to stop a little bit because it's not just it's not just the Black Cat stuff. It's for example, both the recent Allegiance sets had comic cover inserts, and I'm a sucker for those. So I'm about halfway through the lenticular ones. You knew this, didn't you? I've got like a side PC of cards with comic covers on.
I knew that you had.
It's 2 binders deep now, so it's not so small.
I knew that you would focus on them, but I didn't know that like that was an official like PC trace.
Yeah. I mean, I'm missing some stuff like the original 1984 Marvel First covers. I still don't have that set, but it started with Series 2, which was 7 years later or something crazy like that. And then, of course, all of the Marvel Beginnings Volume 1 breakthrough issues.
Okay.
There's 120
Damn,
of those.
there's a lot, Ian.
There are a lot, yeah. And then a lot of the early pre-pack MCU sets had comic cover inserts. Then you've got the wonderful lenticular ones from Marvel 80th on EPAC. And then the lenticular ones are back and just as good for the Infinity War Allegiance
set. I like those a lot.
Yeah, there's 18 of those. Yeah, I mean, I've got maybe 10 of them now. I need to update my checklist.
I'll send you a link with what I have because I don't know that I'm going to keep those.
So right. Okay. Yeah. And then they've got them in Secret Wars as well. I think there's 12 of them in Secret Wars.
Jonathan Hall is flirting with you in the Instagram chat.
Oh, is he? Oh,
yes. And David, hello. Happy holidays, David. I didn't get a chance to tell you Merry Christmas.
Oh, Jonathan. Oh, welcome, Instagram people. Good evening, loves. In Instagram. That's nice. That's kind. 2025, the year of kindness.
Welcome, everybody.
The year of kindness. And maybe not breaking embargo and opening sets before they're supposed to. Yeah, and it's just so there's been loads of little extra elements here and there. And I'll go back to that 3-legged dog in a forest line. I'm kind of a bit like, I don't know what to chase next. And it's not like I want everything, but there's usually something in most sets I want to chase. And at the moment, I'm absolutely being driven mad by the lack of a checklist for Fleer Ultra Marvel Matriarchs.
There's a checklist.
Because I simply don't know. There's so many. There's a lot of people been asking on group about it.
I have the checklist. Posts. I got it. I have the checklist. The deck. Yeah.
Right. It would be nice of them to actually send it to people to publish. Could you send it to me, please?
Yes, I will send you the checklist.
Because I'm being driven mad. I simply don't know. Like Pete sent me some pictures overnight of 2 inserts from Matriarchs, and and the thing is, very little Matriarchs for Black Cat is popping up on eBay. Because a lot of the people who are breaking them seem to be funnily. Jacob, I haven't had a chance to watch any content.
He did a good video,
Pete did send me 2 cards. Yeah,
Black Cat does have some nice cards, and that's it. So Keith has done. He did his second break of that tonight on Whatnot, and like they just crushed it.
While I was sleeping, probably.
Yes, they absolutely crushed it with that set. It's beautiful.
Yeah. So, and the other frustrating thing is a lot of people who are breaking it, those cards get funneled to Whatnot. They don't see eBay. So I often don't see a lot of cards. I'm not in the marketplace because I can't.
That's interesting. I always assume that the people who get into those breaks flip those cards onto eBay.
I don't know if they do or not, but by the time I eventually see stuff on eBay. So, Jonathan Hall has come over here. I was lonely on IG without Peter.
Oh, Jonathan, we never want you to be lonely.
No. All by myself. Sorry, that was spontaneous.
That's
I enjoyed it though.
Yeah, we'll give you your moment.
I think it's gone. Black Cat went.
Yeah, Black Cat was expensive tonight. Because she's got medallions in that set. She's got.
Yeah. When he says Black Cat went for 190, though, what card?
So it's her character spot. So that includes like any medallions. That includes the equipped.
Right, okay.
That includes, what else does she have? She's got her medallion's really pretty. This set was one of. So I like Upper Deck had kind of like mentioned some of the stuff with the set prior, and I was initially really full confession. I was initially very irritated that the base medallions were going to be pink, because I thought, really, we're getting like a female focused set. Does it really have to be pink? Like they're beautiful.
Oh, that never occurred to me, to be honest with you. I just thought it was a nice color. So.
Well, it occurred to me, and then seeing them in person.
Yeah.
And Eugene was of the same opinion initially, and now we're both like, wow, we were both wrong. We were both wrong.
As I always say to my wife, it's only a problem if you make it a problem. Which I think is quite sage wisdom coming from my mouth, considering the shit I normally come out with. But yes, no, my frustration. This is one of my frustrations with Whatnot, is because I don't use it, and usually even if I did, I'm not in the time zone for it. It's a marketplace that's closed to me, so they go to Whatnot rather than eBay. I rely on eBay in the groups.
Okay.
See what I mean? So,
yeah, if you could quit reporting stuff in the groups, that'd be fantastic. Thank you.
No, I mean, if someone shares knockoff IP binders in the group,
I'm like, Ian just quit being admin so he could report everything.
Well, I report stuff I'd usually have acted on.
I know. So, I just have to teach you because it's like, oh God, what now?
So anyway, just out of interest, just do one of these like a Roman gladiator. I haven't checked yet. That post, was it still there, or did it go that way?
I think it was going to go this way because.
Oh, that's good.
Peter, do you know? Wait, who's reporting stuff in DCCW? Is there stuff that's been reported? Oh, my mods are.
I've reported maybe 2 posts in DCCW, but
what is Dre reporting? Probably aftermarket sketches, little twerp.
Irony.
All right, we need a word when it's like, all right, how do we quickly move on to something else?
Yeah, let's move on. Cucumber can be the word. Cucumber's my safe word tonight. Jonathan. Is Jonathan a moderator in DCCW? I wasn't aware. I think I'm still on the moderator team, but that's because you put me there when you created the group, just because you had to have someone else there. I don't do it, as you'll know, Jonathan. I do fuck all, because I did 6 years of that shit, so I ain't doing it anymore.
I want to change your title to like exalted friend of the group or something.
You can.
I don't know how to do that.
Oh, you can create a custom role. But I don't think moderators can. I think admins can. So I can walk you through it.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, they make it very.
Izzy needs a restraining order with Billy.
Really?
Yeah.
In what way? Izzy to Billy or Billy to Izzy?
Izzy needs one to keep Billy away.
Oh, really? Okay. Everyone's really tall as well in those photos.
They are so tall. I am like the representative of the Lollipop Guild every time I hang out with those
The
guys.
Lollipop Guild.
I'm like,
what a
what? I
fantastic
mean,
phrase.
everyone is so tall.
Judgy T. Judgy T should be his title.
But Ian's not a tea drinker, though. I'm the tea drinker here.
No, I know. I drink tea.
Oh, you
I
do?
just drink coffee in the morning. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, I usually have a cup of tea in the afternoon.
Right around tea time?
No. By then I'm on the wine. By then I'm on the wine or the whiskey, one of the two. Or hang on, am I cooking tonight? No, I'm not cooking tonight. Oh, brilliant! I can quietly sit there and get sauced while my wife cooks dinner.
You guys have a schedule, like a rotation?
Yeah, basically, because I mean, we have to, so she works certain days, I'm working, got the kid to do stuff with, so yeah, she usually plans out who's cooking what night and what's being cooked, like a week or two in advance.
I mean, you're on vacation though, right? Is she also on vacation?
Oh no, we had she was working yesterday, so I made a vat of soup yesterday. Seriously, this soup would make your hair curl. It was spiced parsnip and winter vegetables.
Spiced parsnip. Chad, if you've ever heard anything more English, I'd like to know right now.
So, Amanda, if I could get some of this stuff to America for you to try, you would love it. It's
spiced
really nice.
Parsnip.
Yeah.
You guys find this content anywhere else? Try it.
Seriously. I mean, the thing is, it's not like I'm spending half an hour on spiced parsnip. We're zinging around between topics. How much have we had in the last half an hour? In terms of different topics. That's what I mean. You can't keep count, can you? You've got no idea what's going on. So, spiced. No, when I say spiced,
he makes a good point.
No, I'm talking like cumin, coriander, that kind of warming spice, not spice as in curry. Spice like sauce. You're such heathens. Your palates, the palates are crying out for some flavour. Right. What are your card collecting goals for 2025, Amanda?
So my card collecting goals are, as anyone who knows me even a little bit, my goal is to just get organized. My goal is to finally, I mean, if like I can move my camera, like look at, I mean, this is.
Oh, seriously, you should see my office.
I'm just stacks and stacks and stacks, and I move one stack over to make room for another stack.
Yeah.
And it's a nightmare. And then I'm doing Whatnot shows, and someone will say, hey, do you have that Marvel Weekly Ghost Rider? And I'm like, oh, I do. Let me get it for you. Here you go. And then I realized, I think that was my PC. So I've got to start like, is anything in this pile PC? Is it not PC? Is it for Whatnot? Is it for grading? I've got to work out a system and just get organized in that way.
You need one of those. You remember the beginning of Ghostbusters where they're in the library and they're walking around?
Oh, I meant to. Yes.
Yeah. And those drawers that pull out with the index cards? That's what you need. And I've seen Instagram content of people using those for card storage and repurposing them.
I just had that conversation with somebody because I think those would look amazing, but I think I would need someone, like Corey from Show Your Slabs, or someone to pop in and just like restructure the inside of all of them for.
Well, there's your goal. There you go.
Look, I'm just going to start with an Excel sheet and a 3,200 box. Okay.
3,200 box.
Actually,
got 3 of those stacked up in the other room. I really need.
So that's part of it. Part of it is moving away from 3,200 boxes. I bought like 8 of those BCW. Shout out BCW, friend of the show. They call them card houses. So it's really big, but it has like, let's see, 4. It's like 4 rows of 5 800 count boxes. But
is it cardboard? Is it cardboard?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I know they've started doing the plastic ones because
Yeah.
Ultra Pro came out with the plastic drawers, which I bought.
I wanted to start with these in case I hate it.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm so tired of like, I have like 25, 3,200 boxes. And if I want the one on the bottom, I have to move all the boxes.
Yeah. No, I like the idea with these card houses, but for the fact that I can't get BCW stuff very easily in the UK. I'm going to repeat saying that because I really believe they're missing a market. I really do.
Oh, no, absolutely.
So yeah.
UK Matt is alive and it was a medical issue. So I think maybe he's going to be back with the BCW stuff soon.
Well, I don't know. I mean, he did reach out to me because he had some, because I think he only had one load of stock over. And I don't think he's had more since, so I'm not sure what's going on with that really. But most of the stuff I want he's out of because everyone wants it. But he has got some 138-point top loaders left. And I said, yes, I'll have some of those, thanks. And that was a week ago, and I haven't heard back from him. So he's probably in Christmas coma mode, having eaten boiled root vegetables.
No, he's probably eating boiled guinea pigs, and you can tell him I said that.
Boiled guinea what?
He raises guinea pigs to eat them. Look, I wish I could send this to you. They sell a mystery.
Sorry, put a pin in that for a minute. He eats guinea pigs.
Yes, he raises guinea pigs to eat.
To eat.
To eat.
Seriously, I'm going to tell my wife this, and she's gonna. You'll hear the scream.
He has some guinea pigs that he keeps as pets, and those ones get names, and the guinea pigs that he eats don't get names. The stuff that I'm
okay with it. It's fine. You know, I'm just. I've never heard this before. I don't have an issue with it.
I was like, is this an English thing I've just never heard of? Like,
I mean, Pete, you can eat anything if you really put your mind to it. But
I had to Google it.
I'm not gonna. Do I dare Google? No, I don't think so. Yes. Anyway. Fuck. That spun me out. So yeah, BCW. Yes. So they come already made, clearly, based on that box. Is that pre-made?
That box is a delightful, like, mystery assortment of all sizes of top loaders.
Oh, okay. Well, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
Mystery assortment. I mean, let's face it. You're the one who's going to have the Google hesitancy.
Okay, there's a running on Carlos's show. There is a running joke that involves a TV series called Emmanuel in Space. You guys don't Google it, okay? Not right now. You can Google it after the show.
Oh, okay.
But that's what that is.
Garçon, more coffee. So your collecting goal is to get organized. I love the fact I keep steering us back on track.
Yes, I know.
Usually your job.
That's what I was going to say. Like, how wild are we that you're the one that's pulling us back on track?
Yeah, wilder and crazy in our middle years. So yeah, getting organized. Yeah, amen for that. I think I'm particularly disorganized at the moment because I've just had a massive box of stuff arrive from the US with like 8 months worth of collecting stuff, and that's not including all the stuff on ComC that's ready to ship. So
that's painful.
Yeah,
ComC shipping is painful.
I've got to, yeah. Well, yeah, it is. But the thing is, it's gotten to the point where it's no longer like, oh, I'll just quickly ship those and it won't be too much. That the volume's gotten to the much that it's like, I think I'll hold off for now because I can't afford that this month.
Can you just chip away at it? Hey, Bill.
Well, I could do, but I've put them all in my ready to ship, and it's such a pain.
Oh, then you got to take them apart. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, no. So yeah, I'm just going to do another bulk thing. But anyway, I'm yeah. There's a lot in there actually. A lot of good stuff. So you were going to the other thing on your list of things to talk about was your cards of the year, like the good stuff that you've acquired or stuff that you've seen that you liked.
That was not on the list, but we can add it.
Absolutely on the list. Let me go and find it.
All
Let
right.
me go and find the list because I remember it because I bought stuff in. Oh, Hot Sauce cards, Hot Sauce sports cards. Excuse me. I need to remain on brand. Is on the Instagram. I can't go to a different
He
Instagram window while I'm
he
on that one.
is. Hot sauce is a bestie.
Right. Let me go to this. Let me have a look. Let me have
All
a look
right,
a
go
minute.
ahead. Have a look.
I'm
I mean,
going to have a look.
I'm prepared. I'm prepared.
Oh, are you?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Uh, recap our collecting highs and lows from 2024. Okay, so I read into that. What good cards have we got? So what's your should we start with the lows? So we go out on a positive on that
Ooh.
one. What are your lows of 2024?
I guess my low of 2024 would just be the license transition. Disappointed. I think like a lot of people were about that. Um,
Yeah, I'm wondering how the second half of the year would have panned out if it weren't for that. I mean, I imagine it would have been quieter.
it would have been we certainly would not have been looking at masterpieces already.
That would have been in 2025 to
Yeah.
allow time for repack.
I'm guessing
Pla-
we probably wouldn't have seen the third Allegiance already.
yes, correct.
I'm gonna miss out on. I am one of those people who loves the EPAC parallels for everything, so I'm like missing out on a ton of EPAC parallels for these sets. So I guess the low would, and then tied to that, the low would just be that like I haven't had a chance to really collect like I normally would a lot of these sets because it's just been like boom, 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 boom.
I'm feeling thoughtful. Can you tell?
Yeah, look at Carlos is being a little trolly because he also Carlos does like AEW and hockey. So
Okay.
I think Carlos, I think an AEW set just came out for you, right? Black Diamond or something.
Oh yeah, I'd seen another Black Diamond was coming,
Mm-hmm.
and the James Bond one. I'm so looking forward to that.
Oh
my goodness,
yeah.
that's going to break me. But we'll talk about that when we talk about the 2025 stuff.
And yeah, so that's there's definitely a lot to look forward to, and still with Upper Deck.
Lows. I'm trying to think. I mean, obviously the license stuff. I don't want to be overly gossipy or just anything. But there are lows for me, and I think one of the lows for me is Marvel Cards feels like it's just got cliques at the moment, and quite strongly walled cliques that don't play together nicely. And I think that's a shame. I understand why, and I genuinely believe that there are some bad actors leading at least one of them who are just like. What's the quote from usual? I'm not going to name names before anyone asks, but there was a quote from The Usual Suspects: "The greatest trick the devil pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist." So I genuinely believe that there are some people who have a massive amount of self-interest, and unfortunately, they have an audience, and yeah, I think it's a shame because there is division because we all like the same. We're like, we're all into it for the cards. So it feels more divided than ever on the Marvel card side at the moment, from my point of view. And I don't know if there's a solution to that necessarily. That's just the way it is. That's just the way life is. And for all I know, it could be exactly that way in other elements of card collecting. I just, have never been that deep in them. But it is a bit of a shame. And the other thing as well is I've seen people getting burnt out this year. I've seen people throw in the towel, and there's some people who've thrown in the towel, and I'm thinking, the hobby is worse off without you in it, because they're good humans, and I miss seeing them around in the groups, and on social media. So I think that's a shame. The highs are definitely whatever you think of platinum. There are people who are now passionately collecting because of it, and who are venturing out into other things. So I think that's encouraging. So I think platinum has been in its original and then masterpieces, maybe not so much masterpieces. I think platinum brings out the best and the worst because it caters to all types of people who acquire cards.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say acquire cards because some people buy it to make buck. Some people break it to make buck. They're not actually collecting it. And I know that Jake isn't a Platinum fan, for example, which is fine. I think the original art in it was spectacular. But it's the parallelitis. It's like the multiverse. You know how tired everyone's got of the multiverse in Marvel films? That's what current and most recent sets from Upper Deck are like. With the excess of parallels. You're just smiling while I'm
Because I
talking, and
love
it's really putting
parallels.
me off.
I
Well,
love
yeah,
parallels.
no.
So.
I don't dislike parallels. 20 plus parallels is it's too much. And I don't think I'm alone in thinking that.
No, it was overwhelming going back to that 92 Marvel Masterpiece Platinum break. The amount of parallels was obscene.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. On the other hand, e-Pack has been a benefit for that because I've just waited, and I've chipped away at a third of them for less than $50 on ComSci over the past day.
Yeah,
because it's it's now out there. But yeah, I mean, Pete, 4 to 5 parallel. I remember thinking of some of the MCU sets like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 and Doctor Strange that had up to 6 parallels because of all the different colors of the Infinity Gauntlet. I remember at the time thinking that's nuts. I was like, and Platinum goes, hold my beer. So yeah. So yeah, loads of the hobby. I think that's definitely there. Highs of the hobby. Oh, the other loads of the hobby is the factionality around sketch cards at the moment. It's just maybe other people don't see it, but it's just like it's almost like any hole's a goal at the moment with sketch cards for a lot of people. Just do what you want. Don't matter about the licensee. Go on.
yeah.
I can have it as long as I get mine on the stock I want. Doesn't matter about anyone else. That's kind of the vibe I get, which has really put me off sketch cards in general, actually. Hence, Ian's got a rather delightful assortment of Black Cat sketches for sale on eBay and on Facebook, MTCW. Please buy them so I've got some money to spend when I go to the National. Otherwise, I'll be going to the toilet every time it's my round. Highs. I know it sounds bizarre. I'm also going to put Platinum in the highs, simply because I think it has been, regardless. It's a shame it came in the same year as the license change.
Yeah.
I mean, it was kind of tail end of 2023 into 2024, but I think it has had as much positive impact as it has negative. This is why I think it's such a weirdly divisive set, because it is I think it's probably the most printed set Upper Deck have done for Marvel. I mean, it's vast.
Yeah.
And the same with Masterpieces Platinum. And such a small amount of that hit e-Pack, which is why I'm amazed that people are amazed that it sold out so quick. It's like, if they'd have gone for 50% of it on e-Pack, we would have never seen it before December the 31st.
Yeah.
It would have taken them too long. So I think some of the original art in 2024 has been astonishing. And a lot of it hasn't had the chance to shine because of and I feel really bad for the artists on that front. I think Platinum Flare had some amazing artists that we hadn't seen on Marvel sets before. Jake's going MentalCon 2024. MentalCon 2024. I have to be honest with you, Jake. I wasn't able to watch as much MentalCon 2024. 2023, I've got not that I'm dissing it in any way. It's just that I couldn't experience as much of it because of what was going on at the time. 2023, I've got very fond memories of. So yeah, MentalCon 24. It's ironic you say 24 because I know you've gone for 48 hours. I think 24 feels like a sweet spot in terms of the number of hours. I don't know. Not sure what it has to be 48.
Oh, you think maybe they?
Yeah, I think it's too much, personally. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to diss anyone. I just 48 hours just feels a bit like, whoa, fuck. Because it's like, where do you go from there? 72? And then you get into danger zone for actually someone staying awake that long. Plus, that's a lot of space to fill.
Yeah.
You want it to be quality. You want it to be quality over the duration. People drop in and spend their money. So, but anyway, I love it. Yeah, whatever it is, I'll support it.
Yeah, I talked to Nathan already this week. I'm going to send some stuff to him.
Yeah. Oh, Jake's just said we won't do 48 again. Don't worry. Well, I'm not worried. I just want it to be a success for you and for your charities, because that's what it's all about. It's charity, mate. What other highs of the year are there? I mean, personally speaking, having said that there's almost too much out there to collect, I am definitely curating more, which is good. It's just that there's a lot. I've still got a lot of things I like to curate, but they're smaller things. But the thing is, because there's been so many of those smaller things, it still feels like a lot, and I know that's going to calm down in 2025.
Yeah.
I've very much. I think I've said this on the other podcast. Oh, I sound like such a content creator. Oh, my other podcast. No, not that one. The one I was doing on Wednesday. That one.
What is that accent? That different voice?
Oh,
it's like a beetle.
Kind of somewhere up there, yeah. My father was born in Liverpool. I've lost my train of thought now. My father wasn't one of the Beatles. I should address. I think I'd have a nicer studio. Carlos, funny guy. Anyway, as I mentioned on that, I've tried to find the joy in all the sets coming out, even if they're sets that people don't like. And I've been fortunate enough to be able to taste a lot of the sets that have come out this year. And so, just trying to see the positives in them, even if they're sets that aren't well received or that many people won't buy. I mean, not everyone in the world is going to buy, let's face it, a She-Hulk Disney Plus MCU set. But holy fuck, did it have one of the best inserts I've seen Upper Deck produce.
Yeah, ever. it really did.
But I get that's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. So, but it's that kind of thing, really. Just trying to stay positive with it and just trying to share stuff with others. I've enjoyed doing the podcast with the new group of guys this year. That's been really cool. And the whole goal of all of that has just been to help other collectors. Not chasing numbers, not chasing views,
right?
Just trying to put out content that positively supports Marvel cards and includes some stories and some info that people might find of use. So yeah, that's kind of. I mean, off the top of my head, I didn't prepare anything else for that because I thought you meant cards. So I've got a stack of cards to show that I thought you meant my card highs of the year. Which we'll come on to. Interesting, Jake. Fleer Ultra Wolverine was alive.
Wow, really? I really liked that set.
I think he's onto something there. I mean, I think Jake being an X-23 collector has possibly filtered into that. But I think that you can have too much Fleer Ultra. Now, I know they've rushed some stuff, but hear me out here. We've had 4 Fleer Ultra full art sets on thick stock in the last 15 months, maybe. I think that's too much. Now, even without the license, there were probably going to be 2 or 3 in that time frame. Marvel Matriarchs we wouldn't have seen this time for Christmas. Wolverine might have been a little bit later, but it still would have come out this year. I don't know. I think it's too much. So, yeah, I'm hoping, I know that that's on the cards for DC stuff. I'm just hoping they space them out a bit.
Oh, I'm sure they will. That's one of the things that I'm a little, as someone who wants DC to be massively well received, the way that Marvel is ending has me a little bit nervous because for Avengers Metal and this recent Matriarchs break, it's so clear that they've reduced the case counts like massively. So every box has like all these hits. And then if we go back to like, say, Skybox Metal Batman, and if the ratios on that are more closely aligned to Metal Universe Spider-Man, people are going to be like, oh my God, this is like, there's no hits in this. But
All
when
the
it actually,
MCU Disney Plus products. Yeah.
When actually it's the norm. And we've just gotten so used to
That's the thing.
We have to get this out.
Yeah. Interesting. That's a valid point. The hit ratio has been, especially with sketch cards, being a lot less prominent in sets. It's no longer the case. The halcyon days of one sketch card per box. You remember those?
I do remember those. I remember those vividly, but then I feel kind of like I almost feel like I'm dismissive when these conversations come up because I just don't chase sketch cards like a lot of people do. Like this Matriarchs release it looks like it's 2 sketches per case.
Okay.
And everyone's really excited, and I'm just like, I don't know. It's a combo of like, the aftermarket thing. I have to pay attention to that now, and I don't know. I just don't like if I see one that really like knocks my socks off. I'm like, oh wow, okay, maybe I'll try to grab that one. But otherwise,
yeah. I mean, Bob has got a point, but I think it's the requirements have gone up. I think it's actually more the licensing side on the Marvel side, which is why they reduced them. I know from conversations I've had that it just became a big delay factor for them and a big friction point with the amount of sketches that were being unapproved from the licensor in that case. But yeah, the pay's always been shit for sketch cards. That's true almost universally, I think, which is why the AP stuff has been such a big issue on the top side, because that's how artists were earning their crust. And yeah, all the Marvel sketches have to be approved, even with the APs. But the amount of artists that don't get their APs approved is
I've mentioned that Jake's my favorite, right? I've mentioned that.
Yeah. Jake, if you agree with Amanda, then you're in there. Jake, a PSC. No, PSCs aren't going away, Bob. PSC's personal sketch cards, artists can do them up the Swahili. In fact, a lot of artists I've seen in group are actually actively moving towards developing more PSCs and getting their own stock, printed stock.
That's been interesting to me. I didn't realize how many artists, and I'm basing this just on what I see in MCCW, but I didn't realize how many artists haven't been doing PSCs, and I got the impression haven't really ever considered doing them, and now are looking at their own stuff.
Definitely, yeah, because they want to replace. I mean, APs are the blanks that companies let the artists keep, so that's those. Anything that was supposed to go back in a pack, they're not allowed to keep, and they're breaking contract if they issue those. And there's a hot market in those. PSCs. Listen, I have PSCs from
Bob, absolutely.
Charles Halls. Yeah, I mean they do. PSCs sell significantly less than APs, but in some, Charles Hall being a primary thing. Charles Hall was the shit when he was on licensed Marvel cards. He was up there as madly as people chase Akar, Liddy Lee, Fred Ian. It was that level of kind of frenzy, if you like. He was, there's always a hot artist of the minute,
right?
And he was up there, and his work is still amazing.
It's gorgeous. It's so gorgeous.
And at the time, if I wanted, and I'm going back over 10 years now, almost 15 years, if I wanted a Charles Hall Black Cat on licensed stock, then and bearing in mind inflation and shit like that, I would have been talking $500-600 plus easily. I have a PSC on his own stock from 13-14 years ago, and it was a tenth of that. and I won it on eBay, and he was selling it himself. So for me, that was a choice that I wanted a Charles Hall black cat, and I saw it on eBay, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to go in for it. But yeah, for a lot of people, if it's not on the licensed stock, it doesn't float the boat. And I get that.
I prefer licensed stock
because I'm the same. For my thing, which is why it's official cards only in MCCW.
It is, and it will remain.
Yeah, but if it doesn't have the official Marvel sanctioned thing, for me, it isn't Marvel. I know it sounds bizarre, but it's got to have that. It's got to have that sanction. So, which is why there's artists who are now on sketch cards after years of trying, who years ago wanted to be able to show their work in MCCW, and I was like, I'm sorry, but you can't, because it's not an official Marvel card. And I feel like some of those guys were a bit like about it.
Well, it's one of those things that's hard.
But now that they're on a Marvel card set, I'm celebrating them as much as I can. I mean, there's only a few. I just don't want to name names. I prefer licensed art, but art is art, and I collect card art. Yes, that's fine. The issue I'm having at the moment is that a lot of people are leaning into the art is art thing to justify other behaviors and trends, including some artists. And it's like, fucking hell. Let's let this thing over here remain special, and let the integrity of it remain. You can still do your art stuff. You can still, you can put it on a matchbook for all I care. And in fact, Ray Largo used to do this wonderful thing on his Instagram feed of doing a pencil and ink sketch. I say sketches; they're fucking gorgeous.
Yeah,
on beer coasters.
He's a legend.
Do you see what I mean? It's fine. Anything can be a palette, but yeah, I don't know. I've lost my train of thought there.
No, I get you. I was gonna. I do have, but I can't find. Of course, I can't find it because I am not organized. But I do have one sketch on it's an AP.
You have one sketch.
It's an AP sketch for a set that's not coming out. It's for a canceled set. It's for
okay. You sure you want to show that? Don't get someone in trouble.
I'm not. It was from Metal Universe Marvel Rogues Gallery.
Oh, okay.
Probably would have been my dream set.
Yeah. Well, they also cancelled Fleer Ultra Ian Taylor. So
I don't know if I would have chased sketches from that.
If anyone's really good, I've always wanted. I know this sounds really sad, Amanda, but I always feel envious whenever I see someone's photoshopped PMGs of people in the hobby, like really well photoshopped PMGs. I'd love people to Photoshop me into cards.
You want to be a PMG?
I actually no, not necessarily a PMG, but a recognizable insert, and the PMGs are the ones I happen to see. Now, I'm not talking about the great curator scale of like PMG, because that's disgusting. But when you got the subject of that on a card, then I guess that's what it is. But Ben Berry is a prime example. Our friend Ben, who runs the EPAC trading group on.
I enjoy him.
Ben's a really good guy, really fair, really pragmatic, very much, very brilliant. But
oh God,
someone did.
Be careful with Carlos. Carlos's show is very into AI stuff right now. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I wouldn't want my image in an AI platform, please. I would actually seriously have an issue with that from a data protection point of view.
No, they just get creative around things without using actual.
That's fine. It's fine. So, as long as none of my physical visage goes into an AI tool, then that's fine. Because holy fuck, some of them are dodgy as fuck. In terms of the data protections that you have.
I'm just glad he didn't say all this while Tim was on the show. That would have been
But things,
obnoxious.
I look at, I see images from card shows where people can have cards made of them, and admittedly, a lot of them are cards I wouldn't necessarily want. They're on brands and things I wouldn't necessarily want. But I've seen Upper Deck do that, where they do cards at shows. I'd love to be on
They
a proper card.
They
I want
do.
to be on a proper card.
They were doing that at
I want
San
to be in
Diego.
Legendary. Hear me,
were...
Upper Deck. I want to be in Legendary. Surely I've done enough for the hobby that you can put me in Legendary as a bystander.
Oh, you want to actually be?
I you know what, I don't mind. But yeah.
I'm trying to get them to, I go to like a lot of LA Kings games, and I'm trying to like, can I be like on the side of the ice?
Are they hockey?
And end up, yes, they are.
So
hockey.
is that whenever you're posting stuff? Because I often scroll through stuff and I don't have the sound on because I'm sat next to my wife or I'm in company. So I often don't have the sound on. And you're often posting things that are like there are people talking. Hockey people being interviewed, or there's games. I don't know what half of it is.
That's
so
okay.
I'm assuming that's all.
I just can't maintain 2 separate accounts anymore, so I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah,
it's exhausting.
Tell me about it.
It's exhausting, and I lose followers every time I post hockey stuff, but that's okay.
Followers, schmollowers. That's the thing. If it's about followers,
yeah, like I'm like, I'm sorry.
You're doing it. You're doing it for the wrong reasons, as far as I'm concerned. Woohoo! I just got 10,000 followers. Yeah, whatever. I'm just envious because I don't have 1,000.
Oh, that's right. So we did go to our first hockey game for some people in Denver. That was super fun.
Oh, Pete, you took Pete to a hockey game. Mm-hmm. Someone was moaning about the stairs. Who was that?
That was Speroni.
That was Speroni.
Yeah.
Speroni needs to get on a Stairmaster.
Okay, though, and Peter, I meant to mention this to Keith, but apparently the altitude is a major issue in Denver, and I forgot about that. So that's his out.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough. Yeah. All right.
Although I think partly he was pissed about the stairs, right, Peter? That's what I was going to say, because he's
got the cheap seats.
He went all the way down the stairs to go get another drink, but he didn't make it before the cutoff, so he had to come all the way back upstairs without a drink.
What's the cutoff?
The cutoff is like the start of the 3rd period. You can't buy alcohol after that.
What?
Yeah, there's like an alcohol cutoff towards the end of the game.
How many periods are there? 4?
3.
3?
Yeah.
Most logical games divide themselves into even numbers, like 2s and 4s.
Well,
NFL's got 4 quarters. English football's got 2 halves. Even tennis. So what's this free malarkey? How long do they play each third?
Each third.
Well, I mean, you've just said they divide it into 3, so it's a third.
It's 20 minutes. You don't have to make it sound so English, though.
Well, I don't. Well, third is in the English language. I don't think it's necessarily an English thing. Thirds exist in
capital
America as well. Anyway, what's this? Sorry, I'm distracted by Carlos.
He's very distracting.
He's very distracting. Oh, I'm here for it. I'm easily distracted.
I think he might actually be the Riddler.
Okay.
I'm getting that vibe. The more I talk to him.
We know a few people in the hobby who are definitely Two-Face. Anyway, let's move on. So have we talked about highs and lows enough of 2024?
Are you satisfied?
Never completely. I think that's part of my problem. But true fact.
All right.
But I think we might be done for now. I've got some stuff to show you.
Let's see it.
And the audience. Guys, do you want to see some cards? Do you want to see some cards? Good. Let's show some cards. Right. What can I start with? Well, first of all, as we're on the vein, I'm going to start with some highs and lows in terms of cards that I've got this year. So let's start with a Marvel. Now, I couldn't dig it out at stupid o'clock in the morning, but I would have pulled out my someone's going to insert audio there, aren't they? I would have pulled out my Stan Lee Marvel Silver Age card that I acquired this year, because that is probably the top card. It's the only Stan Lee.
Like you actually came like super prepared, and I'm just going to grab
whatever
is on
but I'm going to bring this in instead.
Oh, I know. I remember
which is
you working on that.
gorgeous, quite frankly. Now, I didn't achieve this because I don't really have the time or the money to chase EPAC achievements, and when I do, I usually fail. So this is numbered to 25, and it is the Mega Relic achievement, and
That is so
you had to get
cool.
ridiculous stuff on EPAC to get this. Anyway, and there were two versions. There was one of him as Moon Knight as well, but this one came up for sale, and weirdly enough, two came up for sale in the same week, and people had shipped them home. Now, what it is, this is 3D printed. It's not actual from the set. Little Khonshu statue.
That is so cool.
But can you just check out how thick this card is? It's 360 point. It's ridiculous.
Is that the same thickness as the 2017 Spider-Man of Webs? Yeah.
Yes, I believe it is.
It looks like
as
that.
a result, I cannot get a one touch to fit. You can get 360 point ones, but it needs to be more than that because it can't close over the bottom corner, so it can't do that. There's not enough clearance. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can't actually get a one touch to fit it because 360 is the maximum they seem to do. But it is just astonishing. This is what number is that? 14 out of 25.
Yeah, that's a
lovely.
great card.
It's really lovely. And it's a nice. His auto is really nice on these. I'm not someone who chases inscriptions necessarily, so with or without that, I don't mind. But it is just lovely. It's such a well manufactured card. So hats off to Upper Deck for this. I remember when I got it. I remember Grant telling me about them beforehand and showing me pics of them before the set came out and swearing me to secrecy. And then when I got it, I sent him a photo.
Oh, that's awesome!
And he was so stoked for me. He was like, so yeah.
That's he's one of those guys that's like, I think so many people just see Upper Deck as like this big company, like it's just this faceless, just this factory spitting out cards. But then when you talk to Grant, or you talk to, Billy or Tony or any of these guys, and like how excited and hyped they are for this stuff. Like it's so like, I don't know, it's just really cool. It adds, I don't know, it just makes it more fun overall.
Yeah, they're humans. And I've started to casually, and I say casually because I'm really not chasing it aggressively or paying vast amounts of money for it. But when I can, I pick up Ego the Living Planet stuff. And someone spotted this.
That's wild.
On eBay for me. I've never seen a comic cut with Ego on.
That's amazing.
And I just thought, it's just fun. And is this Avengers Metal Universe? I think it is. It's the only card I have from that set because I didn't unbox it.
Yeah,
and it was a seller in China, and it was like $10. I was like, yeah, I'll have that.
I am so into China sellers because everyone is terrified to buy from China, and it's
I'm picking up
no problem. I have no problem. There's collectors over there, just like there are over here, people.
And they package stuff so well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous. Right, so that's the Marvel, and then I'm going to show you this, which I can't remember if this was this year, if it was a previous year. I'll leave it in the one touch, actually. So as you know, I'm a big, as you may not know, actually, I don't know, Daniel Craig Bond movies. I've been collecting stuff from that.
Okay, I knew you were Bond. I didn't know that it was Daniel Craig specific.
Daniel Craig.
Okay.
Casino Royale is...
I don't even know if I've seen that one.
Put it this way, it's a Pepsi challenge for me. Casino Royale or Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan.
Oh wow!
They're both up there, and if you think of it like an LP, it'd be a double A side. I don't think I have to choose one of them.
Oh, that's so cool.
So this is a piece of actual set used.
See, that's really cool. That's such a great idea.
It's and Rittenhouse do so many inventive things with these. So many inventive things. I've got I can't remember if I've shown you. I've got one. There's one with a poker chip embedded in
Oh, I
from that
haven't seen
same
that.
scene.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. It's a really thick card as well. And I've got ones with Vesper Lynd's business card.
I've
Piece of
seen
that
that one.
in
You
that.
showed me
Yeah,
that
yeah,
one. Yeah.
yeah. And I've got another one with a piece of the table felt that they played the poker on.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So Casino Royale. In fact, I think I've collected some of the other sets, but you know what it's like when you kind of like, I love all the Daniel Craig movies. But I really, really might have to narrow it down to just Casino Royale.
Are they massively expensive?
It's not. It's the volume of them.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Rittenhouse put out so many sets over the time they had the Bond license. And yeah, some of them can be. Weirdly, the Upper Deck ones were more expensive. So you can get a Daniel Craig auto on Rittenhouse stock on card.
Mm-hmm.
For maybe $300-400, depending on which one it is. Some of them go for more. Obviously, I think there's obviously more desirable looking ones. The Upper Deck ones also on card because that's a licensee mandate. So license all. Anyway, the people who issue the license to Upper Deck, I can't remember if it's licensee or license all. They mandate that it's on card, which is why James Bond Black Diamond has been delayed. I understand, because obviously they've got to wait for the actors to actually sign the stuff. But the Upper Deck ones for Daniel Craig were going into 4 figures, and I think part of that's driven by the EPAC-ness of it as well. But it's such a beautiful card. I love it.
That's really cool.
So yes, so in terms of pickups, and then I think you've seen these, but I've acquired the rest of them now. Remember these dual cards with the costume material in from the original Star Trek movies?
I don't know if I remember seeing those. Oh, I don't think I saw those.
You have, because you remember the first one I showed at my Happy Place was one of these.
Okay, but I haven't seen them here.
No, not on here. Well, they did about well, Star Trek 50th anniversary set. They made a whole run of these booklet cards. I think there were maybe 20 of them off the top of my head. There might be more. I'm not sure. And about 8 of them featured actual screen worn stuff from the
that's really cool.
original Star Trek movies. So, so I've got that one. Let's try and get it back in here. So this is why I need those BCW booklet top loads.
Yeah, I've got that Bernie Wrightson box to send you, so I'll send you some of the booklet stuff too, because I definitely have some of those.
Well, I can tell you how many I need.
Okay.
So yeah, this is the one I showed on Instagram.
That's so cool.
And you know, all of these people I'm showing these from have passed away now as well. So you know, it is kind of a special thing. I mean, the actress who played Carol Marcus passed away before they started doing autograph cards. And DeForest Kelley did a few autograph cards. I've got her on card auto on Star Trek 2, stock from Rittenhouse. So it's Kirstie Alley.
She was in the Wrath of Khan?
Yeah, it was her big first role.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she played Lieutenant Saavik. Although she couldn't return for Star Trek 3 because of Cheers, I believe. So her role, the character was played by a different actor in Star Trek 3. Robin Curtis, for all those wanting to know. But yeah, so you know, getting all of these was a big, you know, I didn't even know they existed 6 months ago. So I've managed to move pretty quickly.
Damn.
And here's the rub. There was a multi-case incentive that I only found out about this week. I'm not going to show all of these. There's another 3, but I'm not going to show all of them. So I've got all of the ones that had swatches from the original Star Trek movies, you know, the Star Trek 1 to 6 featuring the original crew. So I've got those there. They did a swatch. It's not a swatch. It's a relic card. That's a dealer case incentive that features a metal panel from the set of the Enterprise in the Next Generation movies. And I'm like, I want it.
Cool. Yeah,
I want it, because the thing is, I've got, for example, I've got a Rittenhouse relic card featuring an actual piece of metal from the plane they used in the Lost pilot.
Oh wow!
And that's heavy. It's thick as well. So Rittenhouse do some amazing stuff.
They really do.
They really do. I mean, I've got Bond ones where they are probably easily that thick, and they've got a piece of shattered windscreen in from the Aston Martin he drove in Quantum of Solace.
That's cool.
Well, I remember when I interviewed Steve Charandoff, he told a funny story actually, that his warehouse guy down in wherever they produced the cards had got a shipment in of windscreens from the set of Quantum of Solace. And I remember he rang Steve Charandoff and he was like really sheepish. And he's like, "Oh, we've got them, but they're all shattered. Like they're all broken." And Steve was like, "No. That's how they were shipped." And he was worried that he'd have to break the bad news to his boss. But of course, they were in. They had about 5 Aston Martins and they totaled them all, and had squibs going off in the screens for bullet holes and stuff like that.
That's a great card.
So anyway, right. And then I had something else arrive this week that I will come to in a moment. First of all, have you ever seen this? And it's a big box. So I will pull my camera back. So Skybox, who then went on to the actual, although the name is owned by Upper Deck now, the actual people went on to be Rittenhouse Archives. Okay, so a lot of the ethos and a lot of the way that Skybox approached this is Rittenhouse. Okay, now Skybox had the original kind of Star Trek license and produced the original cards, and they made this set in the late 90s, the making of Star Trek: The Next Generation. It came in a box like this. It's lovely, rather nice, and you open it up, and this is the collector's edition. Okay. Inside the collector's edition, and they're numbered. And when I say numbered, there's a lot of them.
There are a lot of them.
These are not rare. These are not expensive. So inside here you've got the set, which is coming out of its little hole at the top here. So I'm clearly not precious about this set at all. But basically you've got the set, and it's it's a fine thing, and you go through it, and it's got images of them. It's actually quite interesting. It takes you through the process of making episodes of Star Trek: Next Generation. So great, the 90s hairstyles and costumes in here are painful. They really are. Anyway, I'm not going to go into the set massively, but it's a nice little set. It says limited edition of 50,000. I mean, if it's 50,000, is it really limited? Is it now? Is it? Anyway, so you've got all these. You've got all those there, yeah? But then you've got what's in the bottom half here. All right?
Oh.
So you've got this little stand. Now, I've never actually used this because you don't really need it. But these are Sky Vision cards, and you could only get this particular one in here. And have I opened these? No, I haven't opened these. These were open when I got them. So if you take these out.
Actually, Bob Jackson, that's a really good point.
Yes, yeah, it is. I think the idea is you're supposed to put them something on this stand. I mean, they're not holographic in any way.
Oh.
They're just, yeah. But you could only get these cards in this box. Okay. Now I have to admit, I'm a bit looking at these, and I'm a bit like,
yeah. They're.
Here we go. Here we go. I know. Right, I've just figured it out.
Those are in really good shape.
You put the card there.
For black bordered cards.
You put the card there, and you look through here, and it's supposed to have some sort of visual effect. Hang on, let me look at it.
Are you affected?
Oh, that's actually pretty cool. Okay, you get a 3D image. You get a 3D image. So what it does is it puts the two images together into one, and it's really deep and vibrant. So it's kind of like a 3D glasses thing. It's no way I can do it on camera, I'm afraid. So not sorry. But go and pick up one of these. So when you look at them normally, they look shit. If you get one of these doohickeys, which comes in it, they look really good. There we go. So I just wanted to show you those. And the reason I wanted to show you those was because here we go. Sky, yeah. There's instructions. Look at this. Who knew? Who knew? Anyway, but I love the fact that there are cards that you can get that you can only get in this set. Okay, that's the kind of stuff I love about a lot of 90s things like that. Okay. And like I said, you can pick these sets up really affordably in their box. Okay. I'm not going to try and get that back in its plastic now. We're just going to put that over there. So, fast forward I realised that they made different editions of this box with different extra stuff in.
Oh.
I know. Crazy, right? So this week, yesterday in fact, arrives the Platinum edition.
Oh.
Okay. So I'm like, okay. And you can see the box is largely the same, but different graphics.
Limited to 49,000.
Who knows? In fact, no, I don't think it is. I think it's still just as... There's 50,000.
Oh.
There we go. Right. Now, even though you might not be a Trekkie, or even slightly on the spectrum,
I'm not.
This will impress you. What's in
All
here?
right.
Because
All
I
right.
saw it and I was like, I've got to have that. So you've got the base set, and you've got this.
Oh, you have
Now this is encased in.
Oh my god, it's like lucite or something.
Yeah, it is lucite. There we go. That's the word. So look at this thing. There is no way I can open that.
Wow, that is just one of those beautiful 90s holograms that
Would you look at that?
We just don't get that anymore.
Yeah, and the thing is, because it's sealed, it's airtight, and a lot of holograms, don't age well.
Yeah.
Isn't that just astonishing? It's lovely.
Yeah,
I mean, you can
get,
stand it on your desk, use it as paperweight.
Every color on that.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool, and it's got real kind of depth to it, as these 90s holograms do. Yeah. I love it. I absolutely love it. And so for me, it's worth. I mean, I will keep these in their box and stuff like that. But
yeah,
there is one more edition. There is one more edition. I think there's 3 different boxes you can get, and I can't remember what's in the last one. But yeah. So, and this is also 50
collectors, and then that's platinum. So the next one's like,
yeah, I don't know, and I'm not sure. This might be the top one. I know there are 3, and I should have looked it up beforehand, but I completely forgot before I went to bed last night. So now I come across as uninformed, and we can't have uninformed content creators out there. But yeah, I love it. It's really cool, and like I said, that's a chunky thing. I mean, you could use it as a paperweight.
Bob says there's a gold.
There's a gold. There we go. Right now, I don't know if is the gold the top. Is there an instruction card for the hologram? I'm giving you a hard stare, Pete. But yeah, no, Bob's sailing out on eBay for us. So thank you, Bob. I keep doing this because it's just so cool.
Yeah, really nice.
And anyway, it's great. It's a nice little box. In fact, I think there is an element missing. I think these are in some sort of wrapper that had a Starfleet logo on. I've seen some photos. Yeah, Carlos. Yeah, look at hologram. Be impressed. Ooh and ah. Step 3, repeat until you pass out. Which has been done. Now, while we're talking about holograms, I had this prepared for last time, but of course we didn't have chance to look at stuff.
Yeah, last time doesn't count.
You seen this? Isn't this a Diddy card binder? So there was a Starlog set that came out, and it featured, I don't know if it's put out by them or another company, but box 3 is a Magic Eye card. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to see that. It's Starlog covers.
Oh, that's very cool.
And some of these are really cool, and this is the little binder that you could get for them. And some of these covers are amazing. I mean, there's such a time capsule of really cool stuff back in the day, and they're back to back.
Very cool. Do the cards come out?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I just haven't done.
No, I just couldn't tell. Okay.
So yeah, no, that Return of the Jedi. I mean, look at this meteor. And they're really cool. And again, I picked this up really cheaply, and it's the whole thing in its own bespoke binder. But what I'm coming, let me fast forward. I'm not going to go through all the covers. You can pick a set up and look at them yourself. But I mean, look at it.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Really, really nice. 2010. I love that film. So as we're going through, you can see a lot of it's like early 80s, 1982, 1983, all the great movies that came out around then.
Oh, I love Lady Hawk.
Lady Hawk.
Oh, I love Lady Hawk. Rutger Hauer.
The David Lynch Dune. You've got Who Framed Roger Rabbit, RoboCop,
God,
Batman. So you're getting into the late 90s now. They're not in order of when Alien Nation. There's a that film. I love that film. But Last Action Hero, Running Man. I mean, look at them all. Aliens, Inner Space. I mean, this is a great night in the movies right here.
Oh, Big Trouble in Little China.
That's I know, Big Trouble in Little Beauty and the Beast, Ron Perlman.
Oh, I remember that.
Makeup. Linda Hamilton, Jurassic Park, Altered States. I mean, look at it. Baron Munchausen, Alien Nation again. Well, that's the TV show. That is. So, as we go through here, you're thinking, oh, why am I showing you this? Well, the other reason I'm showing you this, A, because it's cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
And, you know, again, this for me is up there with the comic covers. I mean, it's magazine covers. So
yeah,
it's not too different,
makes sense.
But it's on that spectrum. And it saves me having loads of copies of the magazine lying around. When you get to the back, yeah, it looks like they make up some sort of puzzle. You've got these checklists. Okay.
Oh.
And you got 3 bonus Starlog cards with Star Trek, The Next Generation, Deep Space Nine images. Okay. I didn't know about those until this moment. Look. Send $1 for handling to Starlog. Do you think if I send that now, they'll send them back? But it's great. But then, look here. There's a hologram. And I'll take this one out. This is gorgeous. So this is a hologram of the first issue cover from...
Oh, be careful.
I know I am. It's sticking slightly. I'm going to take it off camera to save your nerves. And they did come in gold and silver, apparently, these holograms. This looks like a gold one. And it's putting up a fight, Amanda. So we're going to leave it in there.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to move the camera to it.
Oh, wow.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's really nice. It's a lovely hologram. Yeah, I have a feeling that might be stuck in there for life. I really want a PSA slabbed one of these holograms. I would display the shit out of that. But yeah, you can get them in gold and silver. Apparently, I think this is a gold one.
That's really
nice.
And
then there's some random other cards in the back here. What are these? Hang on a sec. What are these? These are kind of just some random space art cards. It's a promo for another set. Space Art Fantastic, available July 1993.
That's all you need to know about it.
There we go. Right, so we'll be on the lookout for that. Maybe I can get that for another promo card. So it's a set of full promo cards. What's not to love? I got the whole thing with all the cards in situ, for like $20 on eBay. And being the 90s, they're not. Are they taking the piss out of me?
Yeah.
You'll be sorry when I'm gone. That's all I'm going to say. Right. They're just here. They're just here for the Riddick. That's what they are. They're here for the Riddick.
Oh.
And when I say Riddick, I'm just saying ridiculous. But this movie is a huge, huge deal for me. I love this movie. Have you seen Pitch Black or the Chronicles of Riddick?
I have, but it's got to have been at least.
It's a while.
25 years. Like when did those movies come out?
I think it's about 20 years ago, this one. Pitch Black was 2000. Pitch Black was. And then Chronicles of Riddick came out. Now, Chronicles of Riddick is almost, apart from the central character, is almost a completely different type of movie. It's absolutely bonkers. I mean, it's leaning into hard sci-fi with some of its concepts, and it makes zero sense, but it's visually brilliant to watch. You've just got to go with it and say, okay, well, if you're telling me that's how the world is in this movie, I'm along for the ride. And just the visuals of it are just astonishing. I mean, this whole thing about necromongers that go from world to world, and their leader having gone to the Underverse, which sounds like the drawer you keep your Chewies in. But and obviously Rittenhouse got the license to do this. I don't think the movie did quite as well as they were hoping. There was still a third Riddick movie, and apparently there is. I'd heard they'd just gone into pre-production for a fourth.
Oh wow!
This time, Vin Diesel and David Twohy, who did the movies. So, but there was a third movie simply called Riddick, which was him very much back to basics, just him. After all the grandeur and space opera-ness of this,
I remember Pitch Black, but that's it.
Yeah. This one. Have a margarita before you watch this.
Okay.
Or drop an edible, one of the two. but yeah. Anyway, so these binders are actually pretty hard to get. They got that, you know, I managed to pick this binder up on eBay for about $80, and in here is the full base set and at least one auto card. But what I've done is I've added to it the cards I've already got. I haven't re-sleeved everything yet, but I've just added in the binder pages I've got. So let's go in. So clearly the guy who had it was selling stuff because he's got his price list.
Oh, okay.
In the front here. So he's actually sold everything apart from one of these. One of those things, because that wasn't coming out. So Carlos, it's unbecoming of a lady. Come on, calm down. So, but you know, good old Rittenhouse. Cards coming spring 2004. One autograph cardboard box. Now let's just take a moment. Let's just take a moment here. Okay, this movie had Dame Judi Dench. Okay, it had Thandiwe Newton. It had Carl Urban, okay, Colm Feore, Alexa Davalos, who hasn't been seen since, I don't think. Anyway, you're watching this movie and you are literally sitting there thinking, what was Judi Dench thinking? And I'm sure she had moments between takes where she was like, what's going on? But she was there for it, and, you know, hats off to her. But on-card autos from that lineup of actors in this set, okay, including Vin Diesel. It's the only set he's ever signed for, and it's on card. So you've got a set there. It's got an insert set based around Pitch Black, the first movie. And when you look at the back, you'll notice it talks about where is it? One costume card for box. Okay, and I put this to Steve Charadoff when I spoke to him for the Marvel Card Collectors podcast, and he was like, basically, stuff changes. So what happened was they didn't actually end up having all the costume cards that were here. There is somewhere a list of costume. Here we go, costume cards from the archives. Costume cards. You see there?
Yeah.
There's 7 of them on that list. The only one that came out was the multi-case incentive. So all the other costume cards that were on the sell sheet never existed for various reasons. So anyway, so here's most of the autos. So you've got this page was from my binder that I moved into here. So Thandie Newton, she goes by Thandiwe now, but Thandie Newton, Carl Urban, Judi Dench. I'll come back to that one in a minute. Colm Feore, Alexa Davalos, and Keith David. And Keith David's pretty high-end actor. He was in like the Thing movie with Kurt Russell back in the day. Now, this actress was the lead female role in Pitch Black, so the first movie.
Okay.
And there are 2 other Pitch Black cards with autographs on of actors who were in the first movie. And Keith David is, I think, one of the only, Keith David and Vin Diesel are the only 2 repeats, because pretty much everyone dies at the end of the first one. So Keith David, there's a Keith David on Pitch Black stock, and there's what's her name? Fuck, I've forgotten her name now. Anyway, there's another actress. I'm just reading the sell sheet here. It's Claudia Black. There we go, on Pitch Black stock, and both of those are gold seal incentives. And because the product didn't sell as much, there's very few of those out there. So they're kind of my grails, if you like. Okay. I can tell you're massively impressed.
No, I am. No, because I like. So you don't have any idea how many of those are out in the wild?
I don't know how many. I've seen them come up for sale twice in the last 4 years.
Oof.
So, I mean, if I get some buck in my PayPal and put out an APB, I'm sure they'll surface, but I just haven't. And that's the costume card.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's the only one that came out, and they got the free promos there. So those are my pages that I put into the binder. So everything else is from the seller. So this came with the binder. You can tell this inferior page that it's in, and I need to re-page the cards, basically. But I mean, it's a standard base set. I'm just going to flick through it. It's usual stuff. Kind of story of the movie, lots of images, that kind of vibe. Lots of people wearing kind of really futuristic looking armor. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's kind of got a cyberpunk vibe going on.
This was the one where he has like the glowing eyeballs, right?
He has them in all movies because that's the character's kind of vibe. But yes.
Okay.
But yeah, it's an utterly bonkers movie, Amanda. I strongly recommend it. And it's got some pretty good action sequences as well. The special effects are good. But yeah, do you remember some of the bonkersness of 300?
Yes.
Have you seen the movie 300?
Mm-hmm.
It feels like that in parts, in terms of some of the costumes and some of the crazy kind of, like, they've got these guys who can see shit, and they've got their helmet is kind of attached to their head, and they can see the body heat, things like that. So it's got some pretty bonkers aliens going on, and some of the outfits look a bit like 300 as well. So yeah, good film. Fast forward through that, and then you've got, and this is clearly in here in the wrong order. You've got a checklist. You've got a proper checklist.
Hooray! We love a checklist.
We got a checklist. In fact, there we go. You've got the checklist goes over 3 cards, so it can be done over multiple cards.
We love a 3-card checklist.
We love that. We love that. Right. This is nice. So this is
cool. It's like the movie poster.
Yeah, puzzle poster. So yeah, we like that. And on the back, you've got the Pitch Black poster. So that's pretty cool. So it's double-sided. And then you've got a Pitch Black insert set, which is kind of, I think it's just 18 cards. So it just kind of covers the first movie.
Oh, divisible by 9, Billy Celio.
Ah, funny that, isn't it? And then, yeah, so the seller's got the promo cards in here again. And then there's one auto that you couldn't sell. So I've got double of that one.
I've got 2 of those.
And then you've got this is a nice insert set. It's like the ensemble.
Yeah, it's like ensemble. That's cool.
Yeah. And then that's it. And that's your lot.
That's pretty cool.
So I'm 2 cards away from a master, which are those 2 incentives. And then I'll have it. But the binder itself usually goes for 3 figures.
Really?
Yeah. And then for Christmas, they released a special edition. Arrow Video released a remaster
for Christmas.
Yeah, my wife got it for me for Christmas because I said, "What?" She said, "What do you want for Christmas?" I sent her a link. Who says Romance is Dead? And there's like 3 versions of the movie on here. There's like a director's cut. There's like remastered this, all the extras.
She's just hoping she doesn't have to watch it with you.
But I do also have.
Okay, I was wondering.
Yeah, I got this a couple of years back.
That's very cool.
It is, and I only put it in here because I didn't have the binder set up yet. So I'm going to put all the autos in top loaders and put them in 4 pages. So they've got, you got those pages with 4 pockets in, and they'll go in the binder. So yeah. Jake buying me boxer shorts. Who'd have thunk it? So anyway, that was my show and tell for this week, folks. Amanda, are you remotely organised?
No. I was not prepared for this, but
I've always got cool shit to show.
No, I mean, I've got stuff.
I do have a mail call to open as well from someone who I promised I'd open, but I don't think I've brought my scissors in to open the envelope. But I'm going to try anyway because I did promise him.
I mean, I do have a couple things to show though, but let's do your mail.
Let me just very quickly do this because I did promise the guy.
Well, take your time if you're doing it for somebody.
Yeah, exactly. So this guy, I'm going to open this off camera because it's got my address on the envelope. There's an artist in France called Alric. Adrian Spada is his name, and he's been on an episode of the Marvel Card Collectors podcast.
Is that your other podcast?
It might be, yes. It's the one I do on Tuesdays, dear. And he's a nice, really nice dude, and he started doing something that's not card related, but it's small. Sorry, I'm trying to get this thing open. without wrecking everything. Sorry. Hold the line, caller. Talk amongst yourselves. Here we go.
Pete's asking a question. I don't have them handy, but damn it, I should. I'll have to have those for next show because those are very cool.
Okay, so he's done a mini comic.
Oh.
He sent me and he just sent it to me.
Oh my gosh!
So yeah, it's kind of quite fun. So, Tales from Alric. So he's been on quite a few. He's been on quite a few recent sets, sketch card wise. And yeah, he's just a really cool French dude that comes up with some art stuff. So I promised him I'd open it, and yeah, that's a little picture of him, a little self portrait.
He this is a lot of work.
Yeah, but he's put this together and he's made a mini. But I mean, this is literally my first time, and I saw him showing it off on Instagram. But yeah, what's this? Oh, what's this that's just fallen out? What's this?
Oh, it's like a werewolf.
Oh, look at this. That's cool.
Oh, that's very cool. I like that a lot.
Small credit, cheap materials, cool, great stories. I read comics. That's his new thing. So on Instagram, I, as in one of these, read comics, tries to tell original stories and returning to basics. Entertainer, fun with just ink and paper. Thank you for your trust and interest in my art, Alric. So seriously, it's worth checking this guy out. If you want something
really
like
cool.
cheap and fun with a lot of talent in, I mean that's original. He's just done that, and look at it. I mean, it's very much in your wheelhouse.
I love it. I know. Like Border comics.
And yeah, like I said, I haven't actually read this, but it's fun. Look at it. How many pages there are? It's I think it's about 16 pages. I know. Fuck off, pussy. This is some pretty. Okay, yeah, it's definitely not suitable for work. Whoever it is has turned into some sort of crazy robot at this point. I'll carve that in your stupid little brain. So there we go. There's the splash page. Look at this.
That's nice.
That is pretty cool, actually. Wowzers. Listen, freak, go away or I'll cut her throat. Yeah, it's not suitable for school, that's for sure. Very European, I think is probably the best way to phrase it. But no, it's cool. I love it. It's fun. Mental note to self: put it out of reach of my daughter.
Yeah.
What are you? The last thing you ever saw? How did I change into this? Was it fear, rage, the moon, near-death experience, all of them? That feeling, that power pulsing through my veins. Well, my bones, obviously. All I want to do is kill. We've had days like that, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Goodness. Ooh. Oh, so it's her that turned into that. Okay, right. So it's a story of female empowerment, Amanda.
I like how we got there. Like we're not even sure exactly what is happening in the story.
Well, that's because, to be fair, I flicked through it and not read it properly. But I dig it. Yeah, and that's what he looks like.
I just love that werewolf. That sketch is fantastic.
Yeah, that is good, isn't it? So seriously, guys, Alric is a good dude, and he's just creating really cool stuff for the fun of it. So if you can, give him a follow on Instagram at I Read Comics, EYEREAD Comics. His main Instagram feed, I can't remember what it is. I think it might be Alric.
When I do the recap, when I edit this down for the recap, I'll put his stuff in the show notes.
Yeah. He's a good dude. He's a really good dude. He's a really nice guy. He's really passionate about. I can't find it now. Well, I can't talk and drive at the same time. But yeah, isn't that cool?
That is very cool. I like that a lot.
So yeah. Oh, Jake.
Yeah, we're not going to highlight that one.
Jake. Read the room. Right. Okay, that's all I had to show. So can't be gone.
Now I know, but now I'm so ill prepared.
Oh, that's okay. Well, you kind of did all the pre-prep. Also, we're coming up to 2 hours, so you can always save it for next time.
Okay, so next time I will show up
Take
with
can't come off.
with my home. Give me a minute. Just relax.
You got to just push a button.
I had to get mine on the stage. All right, so here's one of my favorite. I think I got this year. I don't think I have had this beyond this year, but I could be wrong. But I was able to add this to my collection.
Last year. Yes, well done.
Was this last year?
Yes. Very nicely played.
I was very excited to add something from your collection to my collection.
Other Black Cat cards are available.
Yep, there's your opportunity.
I can't believe I started with over 200 Black Cat sketches.
That was a lot.
That was a lot. I enjoyed the shit out of owning them, but it's nice to see them in good homes.
Actually, you know what? The cards that I am the most pleased with that I have in front of me right now are all hockey.
That's okay. I'm up for seeing some hockey.
All right. So
I know it's not what we promised on the label, but
I know.
I don't think anything's what we promised on the label, is it? Really? Let's face it.
Next week I'll be more organized. Well, I'll have some cards.
You want a side order of sass with Ian making snide comments about the hobby? Then this is where you're at. Oh, that's nice.
So
hello.
I'm obsessed with these Black Obsidian Upper Deck.
Even I've heard of the Obsidian brand. They do. That's nice.
I would love to see something like this.
That's really that's not too thick, is it?
Love these.
Jake's got 2 Ian Black Cat sketches.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think he won. Jake, were you the winner on episode 200 that I had a dual sketch? I think it was you.
And I don't think we have seen doubloons yet in Marvel.
Hello.
But I really like that these are shiny on both sides.
Wow.
And
we won't see that in Marvel, clearly.
No, we won't.
So maybe Batman.
That would be fantastic. But we did see. There was enough time.
Oh, outburst.
To get the outbursts. Let's see.
Yes. I've been focusing on the Dazzlers, I have to say.
Dazzlers are nice. I haven't graded any hockey Dazzlers.
It's the green Dazzlers from the Blasters, because Blasters from Series 2 are now out there. Oh, hello.
I do like this one.
Yeah, that works with the art. That really works with the art. Green Crackle, 99.
Yeah, I gotta get. I'll have my cards for the next one. But I guess I can talk about. Okay, so I am super into these right now. So these are the e-pack exclusive for.
Oh, the white. Are they white diamond?
No, these are Spectrum. Spectrum FX. These are the e-pack parallels, the combines.
Oh wow! Okay.
And they are beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
You're gonna make me want them.
I know. Let's see. So the high series are kind of a pain in the ass. The low series you can get on ComC for like nothing.
Which one's original art and which one's? Oh, they all. Oh, that's nice.
They are just so.
So what's the insert called again?
So it's just the Metal Avengers. They're just the high series and the low series.
No, but what's the insert name?
Oh, Spectrum FX.
Spectrum FX. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the white diamond. I like the look of those.
The white diamond are really nice.
Spectrum FX. Has that got a print line across the middle? A roller line?
Oh no, I just pulled the sleeve.
Okay, all right. Sorry. Wow, your nails are short for you.
I know I'm locked in a challenge with somebody over how many cards we can get listed. And if I'm gonna
you live on the edge.
If I'm gonna crush this guy, the nails have to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I'm not generally overly competitive, but once it happens,
it looks like Keith Boyle hopped onto Instagram at some point. It doesn't tell me when, but Supersized Rice. So Ryan Beckner, I think that is, and Hobby Archival is watching this live video on Instagram, but I don't know when that was. It could have been an hour ago. They could have gone to bed. I
know, it's tough on Instagram.
Nice X-Men Archive sketch.
I got this one at the Toronto Expo, and I really like this one.
That's nice. Yeah, I dig that. That's the thing. The Rittenhouse sketches they just hit different.
Yeah, I just like I don't feel like chasing sketches, but when I see one like that, and I think, okay, let me look real quick here. Okay, so this is. Let me find one that's a good example of, just in case anyone hasn't seen one. I'm sure you guys all have, but this is. I'm also slowly working on this. This is the White Rainbow from Platinum.
Oh, well, that's quite a lot going on for the eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't resist.
Nice.
I like the shiny. And I'm also
Shiny.
chipping away at
Shiny. Sorry.
not so much this one. So this is the rainbow, but this series of Allegiance also had black and white parallels that I really like.
Okay.
And of course,
Which one's this?
this is Avengers versus X-Men.
Oh, okay. Right. Yeah, I opened that set and I was so impressed by one. I mean, I only got the one box. I don't think I got any of those though. What insert's that?
So I got the box and I was like, this is okay. But then I don't, for some reason, the black and white set just like got me hooked on that.
Oh, okay.
And then do you
Black and
need
white's
this
good.
one? Do you have this
Let
one?
me have a look.
that
Yes, I will have that one. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. They're beautiful. Can we go back to that a minute? Just look at the foiling on that. The silver foil is so delicate. It's like it your light's not doing it justice either,
I
because
know.
it's kind of blaring out. But it's kind of it's thick, but
Yeah.
B, it's like that fine kind of silver that you get on Fabergé eggs and that kind of vibe. They're just amazing.
It's
QA
really
on those.
pretty. Jake was asking, shoot, what did I do?
Batman 85th.
Yes.
Yes, you did have some, didn't you?
I do. I have
You just got to find them.
They are okay. Well, here's this one in case anyone hasn't seen this yet. So this is the final achievement.
I want a set of those.
Oh, I'll get you. I can get you.
It's the set I want, and not necessarily all weeks of the card, all 50, 60 cards. It's the metal ones there, because I haven't got room for all the other stuff, really. Let's face it.
So,
but I do want those metal preview cards.
I have.
There's 7 of them, yeah? 6 plus the preview plus the achievement.
There are 5 plus the Batman.
Oh, was it 5 weeks?
Yeah.
6. There's 5. You're right. So there's 6 of them. So that would be a nice page, because I could put the Superman ones in there as well.
I'm gonna hang on one sec. Talk amongst yourselves.
Is somebody at the door? Somebody at the door. There's someone at the door, folks. So anyway, while she's gone, what shall we talk about, kids? Let's talk about Batman. It being leg day for him. I believe he's only got one leg in that picture, which is rather embarrassing. But
right,
that's how you do. Oh, she's back. There we go. We're talking about the fact that it's Batman's leg day, clearly. Look at it.
Oh, yeah. It's Jim Lee.
Oh.
So the Harley Quinn.
Okay,
so
I like the falling on that.
So the Batman one is the only one that I got where the condition was like, oh.
I was going to say, I can see on the top edge.
Yeah. And I was really excited to get that because the rest of them look really nice.
It's like the one leg bishop here. Or the no lower jaw thing.
And then the Joker.
Oh, that's bonkers, that is. The colouring on that. Wow.
And then Adam Hughes, Catwoman.
Yeah, that was the first one, wasn't it? First one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, and I got some more Jokers. I mean, this is why I'm saying, I got you.
Yes.
Nightwing.
Is that one of the Robins?
Yes. And I'm surprised we only got 2 Robins because I think TJ is a massive.
Aren't there like 15 Robins at this point?
There's more.
There are quite a lot of them, aren't there?
2, yeah.
Batman's getting through them. There's still only one Batman though, although there was Azrael for a bit.
Yeah, just one.
So I was paying some attention in the 90s, but not much.
So.
Oh, okay. That's the villains week, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm putting sets together as I think eventual giveaways in DCCW as we hit milestones membership wise. Because
Poison Ivy's nice.
Really affordable put together, and then the Superman.
That's the one I want. I want the Superman set as well. Superman preview. Very nice.
Yeah, those are really cool.
Very nice.
Oh, and then this is one of my favorite cards from this year.
Oh,
I still have to get one for you.
brilliant. Well, that's a perfect segue, Amanda. It's a perfect segue for us to head into the hills, I guess.
I suppose it is getting a little late or a little early.
It is. Yes, it is. And I will need to go in and have some breakfast now. What's the Superman card? Oh, the Superman card. They did a preview.
Yes, it was just a one card. It was the DC.
No, weren't there two?
Okay, so there's a base card, a red, and a blue. So there are two parallels. Yeah.
Right.
And they are still expensive.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like I was like, oh, I'm just gonna swoop over to ComC and pick one up. And
that's what I was planning to do.
I think the blue was $50 the last time I looked, which I felt like was really high.
But aren't there a fair few out there?
No, well, people aren't transferring them. But they were print to demand, so I don't know.
Oh, okay.
And Upper Deck will not tell us ever what the print runs are, so which is a fun argument and conversation to have.
It is a fun argument and conversation to have, as if we need more arguments in this hobby. We need more conversations, though. Conversations just like this one. I'll always love you, Helen.
It's time to die.
It sure shit is. Bye, everyone.